What is up, you guys? It's Iron Vigil Gaming here today, giving you guys something a little bit different. Now, today we are playing Total War Medieval 2, one of the DLCs, which is actually Total War America. And so we're going to be doing the Americans campaign. We have 4 factions here to choose from. Now, Spain would probably be the easiest, just for the simple fact of the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Apache tribes all have no armor and very low ability to conquer vast areas, especially when Spain's in the way. Now, as you guys can see, Spain starts off with a couple of territories. Now, Spain's going to start off with, I believe, a stronghold here and a stronghold here, but they have a small, number of men, which is very true. It's not lying about that. You're going to get screwed. We're actually going to be playing as Spain to see what we can do, but I did play a little bit on my own. I conquered a good bit, but then I realized that the small issue of your army don't have that mobility that you can do in, the normal campaign of the normal DLC. I mean, not the DLC, the normal game, to the simple fact of it's hard to convert cities. You got to really think about missionaries. You have to think about, doing all of that stuff. Just turn up the volume really quick. But it's very hard to actually, get all that stuff done. I gotta adjust the volume. I can't really hear any of the sounds. That's weird. Alright, so we start off with Havana, which has a small army. Start off with a fleet that's absolutely in the middle of nowhere. And the first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to consolidate our fleets. And we're going to pull back our armies here. Now, the reason I'm not going to be conquering much over here yet is because I want to start over here, build up my armies, and kind of flood across the peninsula like that before really anything happens. Now, we're going to take our fleet, dock it back over there, take this fleet, and do the same. Because they don't have any naval powers. Now, eventually they will, but as of right now they do not. We're going to start some construction in some of these cities, basically make sure that we're okay to, fight these battles. We don't really need pike militia, they don't really have cav. So we'll do that. And then over here in Havana. Havana is probably the only settlement that you really don't have to think about, because if you look at it, they're already starting out Catholic. They're the capital, so you don't really have any distance to the capital type thing. And if we took out our whole garrison, we'd probably still be fine. Also, the tech in this game, in this, area is a bit hard, just due to the fact that over time, the Spanish mainland will let you, build more stuff, they'll give you more troops. Eventually, you'll have troops, landing over here or down here. It just all depends. But we're going to end our first turn here. And the turns are really fast, just due to the fact that natives really don't do anything. Alright. So it just gave us a little warning telling us that we are pretty much surrounded and that it's going to be very hard to actually do anything. Now they do give us a decent amount of men. That, not men, money. That's not something that is an issue here, is they give us more than enough money to recruit, basically do everything we need. So I can't hire any mercenaries here. Move them a bit closer. And as we can see already, some of the Mayan capitals, this is their capital right here. And They're all with the sun god and the Great Spirit. Not really any Catholics in their cities. Now, missionaries are always good. We're going to send one here so we can convert. And I don't think this city... It cannot. Alright, so I was going to see if I could build a navy, but our navy really has to come from here. I know that the French, at some point, up in this little top corner right here, they eventually start conquering all of that. There's a huge landmass all over here. And since it's dark on the screen, like we can't see anything, you guys are going to have to look in the bottom left corner for, map information right now. Now I can zoom in a little bit. That's interesting. I did not know that. I never really clicked these buttons. But this kind of goes down to here. Then it's just ocean, blocks off. And then there's this semi-decent landmass over here, which is mainly the Mayans that we're going to have to deal with at some point. So let's move on. The Aztec Empire is going to be proposing something. I hope they're proposing a treaty. They'll do trade rights. I'm fine with that. And the Talaxcans, or whatever they're called, are proposing something. An alliance and trade routes. They don't like the Aztecs. I'll make the counter offer, get rid of that, and make that offer. Okay, so we'll move our army in, make some war galleys, some more sword and bucklers. Now, we're going to want to immediately start on our next army. And that's pretty much how this is going to go. Is once we send an army out to go conquer something, we're going to have to immediately send yet another army out. So it's going to be constant, switching of armies going to and from Havana. And we're not really going to do anything with Veracruz until we conquer most of the land over here. Then we'll maybe start an opposite push to capture anything we haven't already captured in that direction. End of turn report. Okay. So we have some ships. We'll send this navy up over here. All right. Give me just 1 second. I have to respond to something really quick. All right. So our army's already kind of being formed. I mean, it's not much of an army right now, and it's mostly consisting of the same units. But it's better than nothing. Our admiral with our army here is about to land, so we can make some war on their capital. Nothing's really happening over here except for your sun god is here. And the crappy thing about the sun god is he does affect your city. So if you look at settlement details, he'll start increasing slowly the religion of the sun god, basically screwing you over, which right now it's not that big of a deal. Like, we'll live. And if we lose that capital, that's fine with me. I'm not really banking on that to be a main. Alright, so we're slowly making that. Let's make landfall here. Our conquistadors, my bad, have landed. So let's just go right for the capital. We don't have any guns that are really going to do anything, so we're going to actually have to make siege works. But, I mean, that's not that big of a deal. And in case of a quick retreat, I'll keep this navy right here. And like I said, you can't really construct anything here. You can basically just look. So there's not much managing we have to do over there unless they attack us. And we're maintaining our seat. So they have a decent, army. But then again, we are going straight for their capital, so. They don't have any ports to speak of, so we'll just send our navy right there. And end the turn. I mean, there's not much we could do here. So we're going to decline their proposal. Last playthrough I had, they had the audacity to tell me to become a vassal. And I was like, no? Why would I do that? They just know that since I'm at their capital, they're kind of fucked. Alright, so we're just going to auto-resolve that. The goal is to kind of just take over their cities right now. First thing is to make a church, a brothel, and then repair. Now I can't recruit or do anything like that, or anything of the sort yet, which is gonna suck. Now that I have my foothold in their cities though, I'm just going to kind of scout the rest of the Mayan Peninsula, see what we can do here. And we can start actually loading up some of my troops. Did I make myself any? No, I did not. Okay. I mean, we really don't need this, so I could just ignore that anyway. So we are now 7 turns in, 3 cities. We actually took the Mayan capital, which is pretty damn impressive. And let's just show the stats of what we're up against. 3% of our city is Catholic, the rest is for the Sun God and the Great Spirit. Now, there's some unrest, some religious unrest. They don't like my troops there. We're just going to have to kind of deal with it and roll with it as it goes. The worst case scenario is they turn the city over to the Mayan army, let them in, and we're going to be forced to move, which, if they do that, they do that. Alright, so they're in open revolt now. And we're going to recruit a missionary that's hopefully going to help us out here. City's got a little bit more men. Shove them on boats. Now, I think we'll call that an army. Just for the simple fact of why not. So we'll take that there. This admiral can come back. These men can do a little bit more scouting. I kind of want to see their coastal villages and all that. They have a full Mayan army here with some hornet throwers, militia, more hornet throwers, and then a second army here that I can't see. And then this one has priests, javelins, temple guards, and others. Now the temple guards, I don't think they're really up, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Still rioting in the city, there's nothing I can do about that right now. I've made my church, so there's that. Catholicism is going to have to wait in this place though. We have a missionary, we have a church, but the sun god, as you can see, is quite a force to be reckoned with as of right now. Now, nothing's going on with my capital. There's an Aztec sun god near me. We can just, since we've pretty much scouted out all of the Mayan territories on that side, just bring that back. They can make landfall here, I don't mind. That way I can bring in reinforcements. And Havana's taking the toll of having to equip me with men. Alright, give them another go. So they did riot, they did throw us out. Which is stupid. That's their new capital. This is just a city. So we'll construct some stuff, maintain the siege. Send that there. These men can make landfall and send them towards the city. Now, Havana, I've noticed, is always struck with these little clouds that I can't see past. And it's kind of annoying. Alright, new turn. Let's assault, see what we can do. And clear victory. So we killed 900 of them. That's awesome. And we want to throw the veteran units in here. So some dismounted conquistadors, yes. And now that we have a pretty sizable force here, we'll send him back this way. We're gonna have to reconstruct the church because their first order of business was to tear it down, apparently. And stop all of our current construction. Our missionary is still there. Our second army is about to make landfall. And we're loading up the next army in the docks. Alright. What do they want? They want an alliance and trade rights, which isn't going to be a big deal to me. Epidemics break out, okay. More rioting. Which I find it kind of ridiculous that they're rioting, considering, you know, we're bringing them into the fold. Somewhat larger army. I mean, it's not that large, but it's something. Another presence on the peninsula. Alright. So again, not much we can do this turn. We just kind of have to wait and see. Definitely want to just keep building up armies, sending them on board the ships, and throwing them in the... Okay, what do you want? Are you guys going to call for a ceasefire? Okay. So I'm granted the title of Lord. And we just got landfall of a new expedition, it said. right? Diplomatic, death stalks the land, construction complete, recruitment, diplomatic, trait increased. Okay. Oh, there it is. Alright. So, like I said, they do send us little things of men. This is our next conquistador army. And we're desperately trying to get ourselves up normal force here. What is the main setbacks? Catholicism is taking its hold, slowly but surely. And the reason for them to riot is slowly becoming not an issue at all. We're going to construct a watchtower here, just so we can watch our, edge over here, and send our new army over there. Now, we are having issues over here. What are the issues? Unrest, I mean, they really can't do anything here. I have too much army. Pestilence is definitely taking hold. But the funny thing is, it doesn't really affect me like that. Ah, the Mayans got here first. I do not know what to think of that, because it's not like we can really do anything against them right now. Alright, give me a second. We're going to end the turn. Alright, so the Mayans took the city. I can retrain some more of my troops. I can construct a little bit more. Havana is going to allow me to construct more than that. But other than that, there's nothing I can do. Recruit some native warriors. Basically making our army a little bit bigger. And we'll move them to the forefront. Other than that, there's really not much we can do. This first couple, first 30 turns are going to be really boring and really repetitive. Just us throwing armies at the coast. Our new army just made landfall. And they can add little parts to the army right now. And we'll just keep the fleet there. What's going on over here? Nothing too important. Now, how are we faring here? We're converting them slowly. They're losing the reasons to do anything like that. Like, religious unrest is 45% of the reason why they're not happy, which 64% when we first conquered this, it was way lower than that. Now we're going to attack this Mayan city. And we'll build some stuff, why not? And we'll end our turn. Maintains the siege. Now that's their new capital. We'll build a watchtower. Just so I can see anything that's going on. And we'll also retrain some men. And we're going to fight our first battle on the map. Command this army in battle. I'm not allowed to do that. Okay. Alright. So we'll take our conquistadors, throw them right here. For siege, they're not really needed. I don't think we really need rams either. The main reason I was building them was just for the hell of it. Actually, move them just so we can drop them. Some sword and buckler men. I don't know why they're positioned. Oh, they're still positioned as if they're going on a ram. And our, of course, cannons. So we're going to shoot our cannons. And we'll take these men once they get into the field of battle. Put them right there. Now, how about this Mayan army? They got a small army here. Probably going to be relatively easy to take over. Cannons are firing, and there goes the gate. We're already in. Send some men there. Send some musketeers here. And we'll move up our cannons to there. And where are our reinforcements? They're somewhere back here. There they are. The rest of the army is just going to be patiently waiting until they're needed to be used, which they're not. Kinda don't need them. This is already going to be an easy campaign as it is, with probably minimum casualties. The Mayans are very slow to react. They're sending some of their Nikome warriors. We'll have tiers run, but we'll also have them enable skirmish mode. And we'll put them at the position of the gate. Sword and buckler men can stay back. Our cannons are almost in place. And as soon as I fire these weapons, I guarantee you they'll run. Okay, they're all prepping to fire. How are they taking the muskets? Pretty well, actually. They're not really concerned about it. Well, it's time to make them concerned over yet another breach in their walls. Through this one, I'll have cavalry fled through. And we'll start the battle with the Mayans. So we're inside their gate. They're not really going to be able to do much there. We're about to take down their wall, in which we'll send 2 cavalry units in, smash their units from behind, and, see how it goes. Have them run. 2 more over here, and have them run. Now my sword and buckler men are doing pretty okay. Now that wasn't the main idea I wanted there, but whatever. Send our muskets up front. And we're just going to send our cav in. Let our artillery kind of stay back here so we don't have to replenish them. It can be kind of a pain in the ass, so we don't want to do that. But here we are, the Mayans are playing one last desperate attempt to keep hold. Now there's the Supreme War Captain's guard here. Pretty sure he'll be easy to kill. Alright. What is that? Temple? I'm gonna guess that's their temple. Alright, so we're gonna move our cav back because they're taking some heavy ass cavalry casualties. I mean, this guy has 1 unit left. He's the only one left, so. And maybe we'll get the Mayans to follow me out? No? Alright, so we'll send them back here. And we'll take my sword and bucklers. Throw them right at him. Well, actually, I don't even want that. I just want them contesting the point. If that comes with killing a few barbarians, then so be it. I mean, look at them. We have some armored men with, impressively crafted swords and armor against savages wearing, wooden shields with some, maybe a little bit of steel wrapped around that wooden flat of a blade. Kind of looks like a paddle to me. And we'll spare a unit over here to kill these men. No? Okay. They're just gonna run like little cowards, and we'll send our cavalry in for yet another charge. They're kind of screwed. They don't realize just how powerful Spain can be. when it has the troops. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit. So the battle's going super speed, kinda. None of our units have fallen danger low, so we're just gonna allow them to fight. We've killed their general now. And this will all be over quickly now. There's really not much left 2 units can do. So we'll just speed it up until they all, die out. I love how I have a whole army here. 1 spearman. And he's not really doing anything, so we're just gonna shoot him. Okay, battle over. We lost 66 men to 507 from them. We're gonna exterminate them. And the reason for that is it just might be easier to start anew. I mean, I have the fear factor in there, as it says right there. 25% of public order is fear from our extermination of their populace. And we'll give this man not the fresh troops. We don't want to give him the fresh troops. I'll take that. Some of his musketeers. And we'll leave it at that. And this army will defend the border. There's another rebel town right there. You know what? We'll just keep it up. No need to overdo something that's perfect right now. But as of right now, things are looking good for Spain's conquest of the area. And so we'll probably just leave it off here as soon as we check all of our cities. This city's going to be on the mend, so we're just gonna do all of that. We didn't really lose much there. Havana can start making me some more crossbowmen, but it'd be nice if I could be able to make a little bit more than that. But, it's fine. And we'll do sword and buckler men. Alright, so, as of right now, this is where we're going to be ending this video, and